Here's our about a £1 million per year business with zero experience. See, most people think you need experience, contracts, or some fancy degree to build a £1 million business or even a £10 million business. I had none of that. No contracts, no roadmap, no experience, and quite frankly, I was an NPC. But eventually, relentless belief was installed into me by a mentor of mine. Now, let me explain exactly how I've got to where I am today and why most people don't even get results even with the correct blueprint. So back in the day, I was working at Sainsbury's when I was between like 16 and 19 or 20. I just wanted to earn an extra bit of money while at college, right? A lot of people are in the same boat. They're going to college, they need some money to get back from college. Their parents perhaps stopped giving them money, which is what happened to me. As soon as I turned 18, there was zero money from my parents. But that was so boring. Every Saturday and Sunday, I was also going out sometimes on the Saturday, coming into work on Sunday morning, hungover and feeling like shit. But then eventually I got a proper job working at Barclays, and it was around this similar time where I started Amazon. I was originally meant to be joining the Royal Navy. However, due to some stupid mistakes that I made when I was younger, I had a pretty severe knee injury and I wasn't able to proceed with that. But in reality, it was kind of a blessing in disguise. But eventually I found Amazon FBA, and this is how it started. I found a mentor. I was literally scrolling through social media, literally doom scrolling like a lot of you probably do while you're in bed and things like this, and I seen somebody my age at the time, at 19 years old, doing exactly what I'm doing today. I seen somebody selling products online on the Amazon platform, and he was somewhat boasting about it online, and I was like, I can do that too. He's 19 years old, he's selling it, the barrier to entry is not particularly too high, anybody can really do this. And I set myself a mindset of, if he can do it, I can do it. So I had £500 left at the time, and I invested in mentoring with him. All of that money was gone. Now, this was the turning point for everything. I didn't really go to university, so I went to college, but that wasn't really some good knowledge that was given to me, in my opinion. So over the years, I have been investing into some self-education, and one of them was Amazon. Some of it was stocks, some of it was drop shipping. I failed at some things, yes. But you see, most people don't invest in themselves because they go to university and they think that's somewhat good enough. Or some people do invest in themselves and they don't listen or don't take action on what they're learning. At the end of the day, the information that you learn is pretty much pointless, right, if you're not going to do anything with it. I was actually watching a video yesterday by someone called Bob Proctor, and if you don't know who he is, he's like a sort of a philosopher, and his mindset's all around manifestation and the law of attraction, about how if you can think something in here and truly believe it, then you can really make it into your reality. And this is somewhat what I did. Now, in the video of this guy, Bob Proctor, he said, I followed absolutely everything my mentor told me to do. And he said he did it word for word. Looking back at it, that's exactly what I did. And it just makes so much sense. I've done it so many times in the past. I've invested in mentoring and not done what they've said. And I've invested in mentoring and done absolutely everything to a T, word for word of what they told me to do. And do you know what got me the most success? The second one. It just makes sense, right? You see, the problem is 90% of people say they want success, but they don't follow the blueprint. They don't follow what is given to them, and they just completely ignore the system. If a millionaire or a multi-millionaire is giving you step-by-step instructions on what you need to do to get to where he is, why don't you follow it step by step? People tweak and they doubt, main reason being because they're not getting results straight away. Do you think the multi-millionaire got results straight away? Do you think I got results straight away? No, but I still followed things to the T, step by step, and didn't deviate at all. Only then, after I started getting results, is when I started putting my own little twist on things and seeing if I could do things better. So here's why mentorship truly works. When you learn from someone who's built exactly what you want, you skip years of mistakes. I'm not saying you're not going to make mistakes, okay, but it will certainly reduce them. Hopefully you guys can hear me because there's a little bit of wind here and I don't have the best mic in the world. So my first 500 quid investing in mentoring helped me make $2.5 to $3 grand a month in profits. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that a good return? That's all because I followed what he said to a T. It just ended up being the snowball effect, right? That helped me quit my job at Barclays at the time. That gave me confidence in the business model. That made me independent. That put me to where we are today. I'm able to travel around the world. I'm staying in Bangkok at the moment. I can eat at very nice restaurants, and I don't ultimately really have to worry about money to a certain extent. The world is abundant. There's billions and trillions of dollars being traded every single day, and all you need to do is just grab a small slice of that. And there's people which already have a small slice of that, which in reality is about tens of millions of dollars or pounds. And why can't you go ahead and speak to them, and why can't you perhaps even invest into their mentoring and follow exactly what they say to a T? Because that is what's going to get you success. So you may be thinking, how do I find a mentor? It's actually reasonably simple. You simply find people on social media who are living the life that you are living. And I want you to be somewhat realistic, right? Because there are a lot of people flashing these Lamborghinis in Dubai and stuff, and that is a lavish lifestyle. That is cool. It's why they do it, right? So to attract your attention, because that's exactly what you want. However, do a little bit more digging. Look at their charisma. Look at how they hold themselves. Do you actually like the person, or do you just like their lifestyle? Because ultimately, if you just like their lifestyle and what they're doing, but they don't seem authentic, or they seem like a bit of a dick, to be honest, then I wouldn't invest in their mentorship, okay? I'd be sort of skeptical whether they're actually making money from what they're teaching, right? So how you can go ahead and find a mentor, like I said, go on social media, have a look around, speak to 5 to 10 of them, all right? You don't have to just choose one and be like, oh, I want to be like this guy. No, you can take 5 people, you can get on calls with them. Sometimes, yes, if I'm honest, just to sort of expose them, it's going to be a sales call a lot of the time, but that's fine. I mean, they're there to sell their product, and if their product can genuinely help people, then there's no problem with that at all. And that's another tip which I've learned over the years. You need to be comfortable with getting sold to, because the people who aren't comfortable getting sold to generally are the brokest people, to be fair, so not just in terms of finances, but in terms of mindset, because they have this preconceived idea that everybody which sells a course or a mentorship is a scammer, okay? That's completely not the case. There are scammers out there for sure. There are people which aren't doing what they say they're doing. However, this is up to you to do your research. You can see through a lot of the shit, right? The final takeaways for this video, I've rambled on a little bit. You don't need experience, you just need conviction, and you need to follow somebody's steps, step by step. Don't get me wrong, okay? You can do it all by yourself, step by step, but following someone else's footsteps is by far the easiest way to do things. Just follow the damn blueprint, okay? That's how I went from work. Oh, that means my eggs are done. That's exactly how I went from working at Sainsbury's to building a 7-figure business. And I've actually created a free YouTube video, which is 10 hours long. It's a whole course on how you can get started doing Amazon FBA, which is what changed my life. So check it out, it's down below. But if you want more help from me, if you want more direct one-to-one help, book a call in with me down below and we'll see if we can help you. But after all, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.